This cabinet has been set up to welcome our guests Real Madrid to Celtic Park next week for our big Champions League game on the 6th of September. We have played Real Madrid once competitively in 1980, but going back to 1962, it's the first time we ever played Real Madrid here at Celtic Park. The game was a challenge match. Sadly, Celtic did not win that game, we lost 3-1, but thankfully Stevie Chalmers did score for Celtic in the 62nd minute. Di Stefano, you can see on the front cover, the great Alfredo Di Stefano took part in that game along with some of the great legends of Real Madrid like Puskás and Hento, and of course Ferenc Puskás very involved in the career of Celtic's current manager, Ange Postecoglou. You can see the jersey here, the great European Cup winners jersey. This team were invited to play against Real Madrid in 1967 in the Bernabeu Stadium. Alfredo Di Stefano was retired and he wanted the champions of Europe, the new champions of Europe, to come and play against the great Real Madrid team. It was really a great send-off for Di Stefano, but it was also to send a little message out that Real Madrid were still this great force in Europe. What they didn't bet on that night was the player that all the Celtic fans voted as the greatest player in Celtic's history in 2002. That, of course, Celtic fans will all know, was the great Jimmy Johnson. That night, Jimmy Johnson had what is believed by most people, including Jimmy Johnson, as the greatest game of his career. It was not a friendly. This was about pride and a highly competitive game, and in this game Celtic won 1-0. By the end of the game, Jimmy Johnson was getting a standing ovation from the Real Madrid fans, but he also set up the winning goal for his great comrade Bobby Lennox, and this Real Madrid jersey is from that game as well. Going back to 1980, your tour guide here was an awful lot younger back then. Over 60,000 fans came to Celtic Park to see Celtic play Real Madrid in the European Cup quarter-final. And in this game, tight first half, but in the second half, George McCluskey got Celtic's first goal. The second goal, and your tour guide here can say, was right behind the goals when the ball went into the net. A fantastic ball across the pitch, and in came leaping Johnny Doyle for an absolutely tremendous winner. And we beat Real Madrid 2-0. And of course, we all hope that in the next game is also a wonderful occasion in the Champions League.